Hi everybody on YouTube, just a very quick update again. These are my doors all been done. I've rubbed them all down now, wet and dry, flattened them all back. They've been all seam sealed, all the welds, even the door hinges I've seam sealed all around them the best I can to stop the moisture. It's just trying my best in just stopping the moisture. Done around the door lock bit because it's double skinned, so I'm trying to seal it all up. I've done all my welds on both doors frames, all been done, all been seam sealed, all the hinges have been seam sealed the best we can. We're just trying to stop the moisture getting in wherever we can to protect it. Right, these door skins, they've all been wet and dry, they've all been flatted back now, so there's no orange peel at all now. Like I say, you do get rid of, I haven't gone mad, there's a little bit here and there, but you know, you're not going to see them anyway. There's the other door. I haven't gone mad, like I say. I've got rid of probably about 80% of the orange peel out of them, so you know, that's not bad, to be honest. Don't know why, you're not going to see them, and that's the thing. They're just basically getting protected from rusting again, that's it. So I think what we might do tomorrow, I might set up the camera for you and we'll spray all these green, because I think that should go off by tomorrow. That should. I'm hoping that should all go off tomorrow, the seam sealer. We've just got a wipe down with panel wipe, all of them, and then these can be sprayed inside green and around these edges green, all inside green. Same again on that one, and the door, these doors as well, they being green, but I'm not doing that side yet because I'm leaving that at the moment. We'll do that once we rebuild the doors. We'll put the doors together, then we can once my sander, my audible sander gets repaired, that one, I've ordered the brushes for it. £16 just for the brushes, but for the motor it's absolutely mad, but I've had to. That's leaking a bit. Yeah, it's a bit mad really. £16, I think about £16 for two little brushes for that, but buying another one of them sanders is going to cost me about 100 and odd quid, so you know, if I can get that working. But I've had to do all these by hand. I would have done it with the sander, but I've had to go all over them by hand, so it's took me a bit longer, but we've got there. Like I said, these are all prepped now, ready. Happy days. Look quite nice, they do. Should be well protected, like I say, because I've seam sealed all my welds. I can't see, I've seam sealed it all. I can't see any moisture can get in anywhere now. And then eventually, I think once it's all dried and I've painted them all and everything, once we start on this side, I haven't rubbed down yet. I haven't done this side, but I think, you know, inside these like hinge bits, just put a little bit of sealant around these bits, just to stop the moisture, if we can. Inside that one, just get it in, just stop the moisture a bit if we can. But yeah, I haven't rubbed this down yet, but that's how it's turned out, my paint. Not too bad, a bit orange peeling in places, but I did spray it with a very old gun, what I've got. It's a good gun, but you know, I have got a brand new gun, what I bought, a is it Dilvis gun? Quite an expensive one, I think I paid nearly 500 quid for it. I think it's 400 odd quid if I do all this car, but I'm just using my cheap gun for like stuff like this. And inside the car, because you're going to put sound deadening in carpet, you're not going to see it. And underneath the car really, yeah, get on your hands and knees and look, you'll be able to see the spray job, but with it being stone chipped as well, you're not going to really tell it's done by a cheap, you know, a cheapy spray gun, so I'm not bothered about that. That's why I'm using a cheap spray gun for that, for all that. But the bodywork and around all the engine bay, I think we'll use the expensive gun and do a proper nice good quality paint job on it. Like I said, I am thinking about trying to set up, I don't know, I'm thinking about one of them I've seen them, these blow up spray booths Thinking about seeing about if I can get one of them. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I'm just waiting for me things coming and I can finish off sanding the fill down on that. But yeah, it's getting there now. The car is looking quite good. I've got to get some more sanding discs for that anyway. But yeah, we're going to do a bit of welding. I think I might do that Wednesday because I think we'll get these doors tomorrow in green paint. If I've got enough green paint, I'm hoping I have. And that's in here. Yeah, we should have enough, I'm hoping, just in there. Probably just bang out that. Knock out these. It's only having two coats. I'll probably give them 3, no more luck. I'll probably do 3 to give them a bit more extra protection. But turned out really nice, they have, really well. And the sealants, like I said, I've sealed all the seams. It can't rot. They're better than what they were from the manufacturers now, they are. But yeah, I think what we'll do, we'll get them in green paint tomorrow. So that's Tuesday. And then I think what we do, we'll leave these in till Saturday to harden off. And then I think what we'll do then, we'll start getting them door skins on, start bending them around. That's why I'm not spraying this green underneath here on this side yet, because I want to bend the lip around, and then I want to put a seam seal that lip as well, so no moisture can get into the lip. While it's a gorgeous days and everything, no moisture around, get the lip bent, get it sealed off with sealant, and I've got my sealant for that, so we're in business. Alright, I'm going to spray my doors now, put the colour on, so let's get cracking. I've got my paint mixed up ready, green paint, just get my spray mask on. For safety first, we just adjust this. It's a bit of a pain to adjust, but we'll get there. Just this side just slightly as well. Right, let's get the spray mask on now, and then we'll release the protected then. There we go. Right, let's get going. Right, I think my panels arrived, so we'll open these up and have a look at these. And hope they're all come what I've ordered. Let's see if they're all come. I'm hoping they're all in this box, what I require. Let's have a look. Oh, well packaged that is. Wow. Every bit of kit. Amy chassis rails that I've ordered. They look alright, don't they? But yeah, we'll see where we got to cut these off and then weld the new ones on. But they look a lot better. Excellent. They're the for where the exhaust goes through because they butchered mine. I want to try to cut it a bit neater, put it in. Another chassis rail to the other side. Look like it's still got paint. Look a bit painted up. Very good. That's another one. Excellent. That's two. Right. These should be. Oh yeah, got two. I was going to say. Good quality panels. These are the ones off eBay. There's a bloke what sells them on eBay, and he's really good. And he's on Facebook as well. His panels are. So I've had them before. They do. Some things do fit alright. Some things don't. It might be my car, to be honest, because you have got to think to yourself at the end of the day. The cars are 50 odd year old. If someone else has been messing and welding and it's misshapen a bit, I suppose when you're putting the panels on. Yeah, brand new sport mount for the radiator and everything for the front. I decided to go and get all brand new because I thought to myself at the end of the day, like I said, it's all rotten, it's all knackered, it's just cut out, renew. Yeah, it's going to cost, but it's 130 odd quid's worth this is. Well, it's a lot of money for what you're getting, but at the end of the day, if you need it, don't you? And that's the thing, isn't it? Oh, I hate bubble wrap. There we go. That's for the other side. I'm hoping you've got that right and you haven't mixed them up. No, they're right. Perfect. And a complete brand new battery tray with heater. That looks way better. But I'm a little bit disappointed at the moment because I'm a bolt. Luckily it's in the box, so we're very lucky there. I was missing a bolt, must have come undone out of that one there. Yeah, they're quite loose, they are, so I've just tightened that up. Yeah, because this is for me heater box, where my heater box fits. So I've ordered a brand new one because I got a bit fed up with the one what was on the car. It was just rotten. I just thought, you know what, the bodge job what they did on it, I thought it's not up to what I want, the standard what I want of this car. So again, you just have to replace them, don't you? But yeah, there's all my new parts. Now we can get cracking now with the body on the car. That's got a little dent in transport. Well, it's been done by the manufacturers when in storage. Bit there, just need to straighten them up a bit. But at the end of the day, it was cheap. Well, I forgot how much this was. I think it was about 50 odd quid. Well, it's a lot of money, but it's cheaper than Moss motors and all that. If it fits right, it should do. And they're good quality parts, death thick metal. These are off eBay. But yeah, they look brilliant. Look the same thickness as what's on the car now. Proper. Yeah, just gonna have to crack the MIG welder up for weld them on. But yeah, they are all ready. They are. If you go on. So yeah, and there's the chassis member rails. What we needed for the end. I'm well happy with them. The because at least then it makes it solid, and it's got the bracket down here for the anti-roll bar, what I've got. So yeah, we have to give these a good weld. Crank up the MIG welder a bit because it's a bit on the thicker side, so we'll deal with that. Yeah, very happy. I've got everything here now for crack on, so at least I can start moving with the project now. Hopefully, well, I'll say we've got, what, 2 or 3 weeks worth of welding. That's if we're working a couple hours a night. Don't go mad, because then day I've got a family as well, so I've got to look after them and I can't go mad. But yeah, I'll show you my paint, what I've just done as well on my doors. I think on Saturday, yeah, I think what we'll do, we'll let them go off and on and off, because it's going to have a glorious week this week, haven't they? It's been nice all week. You reckon it's Saturday, it's yellow weather warning with being red hot weather, so that gives that time to bake on that paint I've just put on, that green paint. So that means then we could, on Saturday, we'll put the sound ending on the door skins, and then we'll start putting the doors, getting the sealant on them, getting the doors put back, the skins on the door frames and bending them over, and then I can rub them all down then and prep them then ready for oxy primer on the front of the door skins. And then we can get concentrating on getting this welding done as well next week, start that. And getting all these in, chassis rails and everything, we've got to get them spot on. Because the front end sits on there, the bolts on that, and everything else bolts on that. And so yeah, we're going to have to get them spot on. So we'll work on that, get all that lot, start welding next week as well. Probably at the weekend, probably Sunday, I don't know, depends on how long it's going to take me to do these door skins. Because we need weld them and stuff as well, and bend all the lip over and panel beat them over. So yeah, I'm hoping we'll get them done, but I'll show you my spray job anyway. It's a few little bits here and there, because I've just done it, like you just see, dust everywhere, it's dust all on my shelf. But yeah, like I said, if it was to do with like doing the bodywork on the outside of my car, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done. I would have said, you know what, we'll spray, you know, better than that. But you know, it's only inside the doors, you're not going to see them, so I'm not really that fussed on how it looks, really. But they've turned out pretty good, apart from a bit of dust here and there, but I'll show you. I'll just show you my doors. I've got these outside at the moment, just drying off. That's how it's turned out, nice and shiny. Apart from, I've got a fly there, dirt there, but you know, other than that, you're going to get bits of dust, because like I said, I've just done it in the garage, so yeah, they turn out dead shiny. But here's my other one. They're well protected, all the door hinges have been done. So yeah, they've just got to go off now. I'll show you the ones in the door skins. But I've done this lip as well, so it's protected, and I'm going to seam seal all that. And I've done underneath here as well, where you bend it. I know these are going to have to be re-rubbed down and redone, because I'm not happy with them anyway. I didn't want to spray them, but I just wanted to do that, but I didn't mask them up, because I thought, you know what, I can just rub it down and redo them and do a nice job, because I want to seam seal the lip once it's bent over. But this is one of my door skins here. It's turned out really shiny, a few bits and bobs, nibs of dirt, but like I said, like you can see, but some of these would rub out, but that's the shine I'm getting. When you think that's just gun finish, that is, and that's just old, very old gun, that is. Show you this one here. In fact, this door looks like it's got a bit of a thingy there, to be honest, but yeah. Yeah, it's got dust in, don't get me wrong, but when you do look at the quality of the shine, there's not much orange peel in it. I know there's dust in it, but like I said, it's a tip, and I'm not that bothered about a bit of dust on these, because I don't know if it's picking it up on camera. I'm trying my best. But yeah, it's a few dust bits in it, but I'm not that bothered because at the end of the day, but if you look at that, that spray gun lays it down beautiful. And it's no orange peel in that. I can't see hardly any orange peel in it. So to be honest, if I can get my car like that with hardly any bits in it, I'd be well chuffed, because to be honest with you, you can see your face in that. It's just absolutely gleaming. It's hard to show really, because it's not the best light in the garage. Let's see if we can see the shine on that. Look at that. And that's just out of a cheapy spray gun, that is. And that is some age, that spray gun is. I've had that for years and years and years. And it's that, one of them. If anyone's interested, you know, it is an old spray gun. That's what it is. So yeah, if anyone's interested, that's what it is. I don't know if you can get them still. It's a very old spray gun, but yeah, it's done a great job. Really, when you think about it, you know, the paint's laid down lovely on it. Laid down really nice, that has. Like you can see, it's just a nice job. So yeah, what we're going to do now, I'll let that go off till Saturday. It's only Tuesday today, so it's got all tonight to go off. It's got Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday. I want to put me sound ending on that, put a big piece in it, sound ending, and then we can get their store card then on the door frames and bend the lips over, like I said, and then that's done. Excellent. We're ploughing through it. Load of parts, chassis frames and everything. These, so just take one of these, have a look. I don't know which one's this one. I think this is this one. Yeah, this one. Let's see. Well, basically, that's a bit longer than that one. So that goes up to there. So I might just weld the whole lot in, be honest. We'll do the whole lot. But yeah, we're gonna have to do a lot of measuring on this. Get this in right. A lot of measuring to get that right, and then we can weld them in then. Yeah, it'll look alright, that will. Like I said, I've ordered them all because I just thought, you know what, I ain't mucking about. And that's these bits. I wasn't mucking about for how much money like these were. I thought, time you cut all these off and re-welding, you know, knitting them all up, clean them all down. Yeah, they are very good, they are. That's a little bit different on mine, I suppose. They've got like a bend in this and they haven't on this, so you're just gonna have to seam weld it. But yeah, it looks pretty good. But yeah, we're gonna have to do a lot of work and a lot of measuring to do them, I'm afraid, because it's just gonna be a nightmare. But it's got to be done. It's got to be done. I mean, brand new battery tray with me bit in that can go in. Happy days. And then at least then I can protect inside all this here, then seam seal it all up, spray it. It'd be perfect, absolutely perfect. And I've got to admit, you imagine all this engine bay painted like that, like them doors all inside. It's going to look absolutely brilliant, isn't it? Just nice and fresh. Like I said, it might be a little specks of dust here and there, but you're doing it in a home garage. I don't know anyone who can spray in a home garage and not get dust in paint and flies. You're gonna get it, aren't you? But yeah, I've got a few bits and bobs in it, but I'm not really bothered. I wasn't really bothered about them. I've got really inside that lip as well to give that more extra protection. And like I said, once these door skins go on the frame, we're gonna absolutely wax oil, build amber wax all in the bottom of it as well, and let all that soak in. So if the sealant's got a little bit messy, it won't have, because we're going to make sure it's sealed, but we'll build amber wax all this and the hinges, around all the hinges as well. But yeah, it looks, apart from a few bits and bobs, I've got to admit, in it, there's a big bit there. Don't know where that's come from, but it's come from somewhere. But like I say, when you look at it, it's dead shiny, that is. There you go. If I lift it up, it's hard to, yeah, I'm happy with them. To be honest with you, you're not going to see any of that. All that there is not even going to be seen, because your door skin goes over here, doesn't it? You're not going to see that. You're going to see a tiny bit through here, these bits. But the thing of it is, got my sound deadening on it, so you're not going to see any of it. It's just, like I say, it's just a bit of a joke. I'll go and get my other door, what I cut off my card. Right, I've got my other card here. You know, that was their spray job. Oh, it's a bit of dust on it. That was their spray job, really bad. And there's my spray job. You know, you just absolutely, the difference, it's just really bad. That's, like I say, it is not the best paint job. If you polish it up, it comes out not, you get a bit of a shine, but it's not amazing. Well, there, see, you can just see your face in it, just like a mirror. So you know, I'm happy with that, and that's just gun fresh. That's why I'm gonna have to really test out my new gun. And that old gun just proves it does its job, and I've just bought a brand new Dilvish gun, spray gun, top of the range one. To be honest, don't really need it when that old gun there does it with ease. The only thing, oh sorry, the only thing I do find out with this gun, with this being small, this pot, it empties quite quick, so you just got to keep topping it up. But to do this car, the longer you keep the edge wet all the time when you're spraying, you're fine. So if you mix up a bulk paint and just keep going, that spray gun will do it, won't it? Really. But yeah, imagine the car all paint like that. You know what I mean? Alright, I might get a few dust nibs in it, I might. But you know what? Wet and dry, flat it back and buff it, and it just look absolutely 100 times better than it was. It was a right wreck, this car, really, when I bought it. Unreal, the condition of it. I did not think it was this rotten when I bought it. I really didn't. When I bought it, I thought, yeah, it needs a little bit of welding, but it went from a bit of welding to a full restoration now. So it's just a bit of a joke, but you know what? I am well chuffed over them. Yeah, so that's my quality of me spraying, like you can see. That's the quality of paint job. Yeah, I've got dust. I've got quite a bit of dust in it. Like I say, I have got a bit of dust in it. You can see that. I'm not hiding it. But I just did spray it on top of there. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're going to get dust in it when you're spraying it on top of a table like that. But look at that. Gotta be careful. I don't want to lift it up. There's my toolbox. You can see absolutely plain as day. So yeah, good spray job that is, I think personally. Yeah, alright, I've got a few dust nibs, but you know, like I said, I did do it on there, so I'm not that bothered. How long it's done now, you're not going to see none of that at all, and be honest, you ain't going to see any of that either. It's just a shame really, it looks so good and you're not going to see any of it. You're just going to cover it up with sound deadening, and this is all going to be covered with the door card, so the door skin. Why I keep calling it a door card? There. We'll get these in now. Oh, they tacked off, they are now. They've tacked off now. So yeah, I'm well pleased with them. Like I said, that's where my seam sealer was. Along there, where I've done the welding, it was up here. You're going to see that, but you're not going to see it when the door skin goes on. You spray loads of wax at it. So it didn't it? And it saves me buying a new door. It's a stupid amount of money. Because I am trying to save a little bit of money on the build. But I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to save money, but I'm trying not to waste money, and I'm trying not... You know what I mean? It's a hard balance, really. And there you're going off now. Get them in. Leave them overnight, and they should be quite nice, they should. I said we've got to rub all this down still after. I've only just paint. I didn't want to paint that edge fully, but I'm just going to rub it down best I can, not like on the edge. And then at least then when I come to spray next time, all the door, I'll just cover this. We're going to have to tape all this up then, all there, so we can just paint then, without paint going all inside of it as well. But yeah, that's my spray job. I'm very happy with it. Like I said, it's got a few bits, but you know, hey-oh, I'm not really that bothered. As long as I get a reasonable finish at the end of the car, I'll be happy at that, I'll be honest. And that's what I want, a good finish at the end. But yeah, we'll get these door cards, I'm off again. Get these door skins on. But what a pity. The shine on it's amazing. You know, that's old gun. I thought it was going to be rubbish. I thought, you know, I've had it that many years. I thought it's going to spray absolutely crap. And then when I've done it, I'm like, you know what, that gun is a bloody... No wonder, I bought it years ago, and I bought it because it was highly recommended at the time. I think I was about probably 18, 19 when I bought it. But every time I do any painting with the gun, I know I've got paint all on the outside. I make sure I flush it all through. I keep that clean, and I make sure the tip, just throw it in a bit of thinners, just leave it and let that get the paint off it, and I don't have any problems. As long as you clean your gun out inside, it doesn't matter how messy it is on the outside, as long as you keep it all clean in the inside and keep that tip clean, the end, you're fine. You know, I have got a cheap primer gun, what I bought for putting on a 0.8 tip, for putting on thick fill primer. I bought a cheap gun, and then I bought a quite expensive DeVilbiss gun. I have to show it you. That's a nice gun, that is. It's a lovely gun. I won't treat it like that, be honest with you, because it is a lovely gun. I'm going to have to keep that really clean because it's got graphics on it and stuff, so I'm going to have to keep that really clean, really. But yeah, that paint job's just wow. This car's going to look really quite nice. I think the green, I know I wanted it red, but I've just that many cars what I read in these MGs, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to keep it that colour. It's not British Racing Green, but I thought I'm going to keep it that colour, and apparently when he's matched it up, he's matched it to that, but that to me looks a brighter green. I don't know if it might not be, it might be because it's dead fresh, and that's just aged a lot. I don't know, you don't know how old that paint is, do you? But it's rubbish, that paint is. It's soft, it's awful. I don't know what it is. I just think it's some cheap paint what they've sprayed it with, and badly. The car, that's why I've ended up trying to sanding it back. I'm going to get it back to the bare metal and redo it all again because it was terrible. The paint job, it was a micro blister to high heaven, this car was. But yeah, Very happy with them doors now. Very happy. Like I said, we'll get them on. We're gonna have to bare metal this ridge here. We're gonna have to put a couple of holes so we can spot weld through, and then weld that, weld it all the way across here, and weld down here, and weld that end up there on the door skin, on the door frame. So then it's holes on them. But yeah, we're gonna have to bare metal some bits and then respray it again, but we'll do that. Once all these doors are back together again, I can give them a really good sanding all over and all on the underside and all round, and we can get them back into primer again, because all this has got to be, this is just a black, funny black, you know, that protection, and then I won't get that off really. Sand it all down, put the oxy primer on it, then we're going to check, see if we need to do any filler work where we've been knocking around here, because you're going to get a little bit of a dint, aren't you, around, and then we'll just have to do a bit of filler work on them, get them flat as we can get them, and then we can high build primer them, flatten right back. We'll have to put a guide coats on them and stuff so we can flat it right back and get it really nice. And then we can hit it with the green paint, but we'll do that like once we've completely done the car and we're ready to spray the whole car. We'll do the whole lot all together and just blast the whole lot all in one go, so we don't get any different colour greens involved. Because if I like do that back off and do all the car and then do the doors, like, you know, 4 months down the road and order some more paint, if it's a different colour green, then it's going to look daft in it. If it's like a tiny bit out, you're going to tell, aren't you? And I don't want that. I want to get it really spot on if I can. But yeah, at least I'm getting it done now. Happy days. We'll start looking probably tomorrow, this welding job. Get all these doors in from outside now. We'll bring them in the garage, stack them up somewhere, let them go off for till Saturday, and then we can then start putting the sound ending on, get them done. But I am just glad that's done, and we'll look at this welding job then, because we've got a really bad rot down here. It's all rotten out in the corner, so we need to get all that cut out as well. I think we'll strip the car as well. We might do that tomorrow. I think we'll get it all off now, get all this off, get it all back to bare in the car, and then we can then start looking at doing all this welding. I might get them welded up at the back of the dashboard. I've been saying this now for ages. We'll get them two welded up, get the rest of these holes welded up here for the old fuse box, because I'm putting a waterproof fuse box in this as well. So yeah, and then hopefully then we can get this welding finished off. I'll be glad when I'm done welding. I love painting, but I do like a bit of welding, but only now and again. Yeah, we'll get this done. It's a lot of work. You know, you think how many weeks involved just doing this, you know what I mean? It's a lot in it, because I've got to work out all these. I've got to get these all level. It looks like them M1s, it looks like they would fit onto that other chassis and go across. Let's get the other one out. We'll try the other one. There we go. Quite a thick metal they are. Impressed. At least now I can get these welded in. Yeah, well, they look quite good there against that chassis member coming across. And you just got to make sure all these holes all line up exactly when you cut it all off. We've got to get this dead on, haven't we? Yeah, we'll have to do a lot of measuring and measure all this up before we cut, be honest. Pity they didn't make that bit longer, so then you could have so you could have cut it underneath here and welded it under as well, but it'll be alright. Like I say, we need to get my anti-roll bar off, because I've got anti-roll bar on this car as well. I'm glad they've got that bit on it. If it's in the right place, it should be. Like I say, I hope it is. Yeah, it looks like it is. Hopefully. I can't tell you. I'm gonna have to do a lot of measuring on this. Yeah, it feels like it's dead on. Excellent. So yeah, we'll get cracking. You smell of paint in this garage now. Yeah, so that's a 2K paint, that is. It's just the colour what you mix the hardener in with. So, and then you bang it. You mix 10% thinners. I always put 10% in. Mix it up, spray it, it comes out really nice. So yeah, let me get my rest of them in, and then we get cracking tomorrow with this welding job. I suppose we start back on that.